Entombed was released on the Atari 2600 by US Games in 1982. It's one of the many maze games that were spawned from this era, and it kinda got lost in the shuffle. You play as an archaeologist who traverses through catacombs with no particular objective other than to stay alive as long as possible, as there's no end to this maze. You have zombies to avoid who wander around aimlessly and through walls, but the bigger threat is the scrolling screen which traps you behind the walls. I guess the wall behind you is caving in, I don't know. To avoid the inevitability of getting trapped in a dead end, you have a power-up called a make-break, which allows you to open up a hole in the wall to slip through, or create a new piece of wall, giving you the ability to make or break a block. If you move against a wall while pressing the fire button to activate this, you'll break it. And if you're against thin air, it'll create a block, which I never use. I mean, you can use it to block a zombie in an emergency, but otherwise it's just going to increase your chances of being entombed due to the time limit. There's not a lot of time for rational solutions like this. So you pretty much want to use all your make breaks solely for breaking, especially since you have a limited quantity. You start out with only one, but you can pick up more in increments of either 2 or 3 depending on what difficulty setting you have it on. Other than that, there are no other variations, except the 2-player mode, which you can utilize as a co-op effort to get as far as you can, or a 2-man enter, 1-man leave survival duel. It's all up to you. The maze scrolling starts off slow, but really quickly picks up the pace from level to level. By the 4th level, it's really fucking fast, so be on your toes for adjustments. The mazes are always randomly generated too, so you can't master the best path possible. It's a new experience every time. One thing that sucks, though, is getting trapped too easily behind a wall just because you weren't lined up well enough in the center of the corridor. You have to be really particular. Yeah, you do have to make breaks, but sometimes you're behind a solid wall with multiple blocks, so you're fucked. You have to be quick and precise. Despite this flaw, this is still a pretty cool game with originality, even with the saturation of games of its kind.